There are so many special events and activities at Walt Disney World, and they're adding more all the time. It can be tough to keep track of all of them, and today we're going over the ones that I feel like are really worth the additional price. Now, by no means is this a comprehensive list of every single special event at Walt Disney World. We're going over the ones that are not included with your admission, and also we're not going over tours and things like that. Not too many tours. There's one tour I'm going to mention that's really, really good, but we're going over the best of the best. Things like Villains, After Hours, and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Let's jump in. Let's start off first with Early Morning Magic and Disney After Hours. Not to be confused with Extra Magic Hours. These special hours in the parks are reserved for those who want to pay an additional fee and go into the parks earlier or later in the afternoon. The hours vary whether it's early morning or late in the afternoon, and you do get either complimentary breakfast or snacks included. It depends on which one you're going to, but for around $89, $90, $100, somewhere in there, early morning or late magic. The key to these, though, it's not about character meet and greets or the food, it's about those rides and getting on them with extremely low wait times. Now, who would benefit most from Early Morning Magic and Disney After Hours? If you don't like crowds that much, rather just go on those rides and not have to worry about the crowds at all, this is right for you. If you're on vacation at Walt Disney World, want to see and experience as much as physically possible, this is a great alternative for you as well. Maybe go during the early morning and then experience the resorts later, or Disney Springs later, or another park later. Totally up to you, but you definitely get a lot of rides in during this window in the parks. A special variant of After Hours at Disney is the Villains After Hours event, one of my favorites that you can find at Walt Disney World. It only takes place in the Magic Kingdom on specific nights, so you've got to reserve it in advance, and you've got to think about when you want to go, because you will be up very, very late to experience all that Villains After Hours has to offer. You can find specialty treats, merchandise, there are photo opportunities, and Villains After Hours also includes a special stage show and a special caravan at night, which you can see walking around Main Street USA, the Cursed Caravan. Take a look out for that one. So cool to see it late at night. With that in mind, don't forget the biggest reason to go to an After Hours event is for the rides. Many of the rides are indeed open and have extremely low wait times. You're looking at 5 minutes for some of your most popular attractions like Space Mountain. 5 minutes for Space Mountain, imagine that. In my opinion, Villains After Hours is best for those who love villains and don't mind being a little bit of a night owl at Walt Disney World. If you are a fan of either of those, night owl or villains, you're gonna love it. It's worth doing at least once to experience and take those photos and get the special merchandise. In my opinion, of the After Hours and Early Morning Magic events at Walt Disney World that we've been to together, the After Hours with the Villains is the best. Villains After Hours, truly fantastic, just because you get to experience things beyond the rides. I know it's about the rides, but the stage show, the Cursed Caravan, there are things you can't see any other time. Now let's move on to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Very Merry Christmas Party. The special holidays at the Magic Kingdom are some of the very best around, and if you are looking for an event that is worth that extra money, the #1 recommendation from me, it's one of these parties. I know the other ones are great too, and we're talking about a lot of them, but if you're looking for the #1, the one that I recommend more than any other, it's either of the special parties, Mickey's Not So Scary or Very Merry. Not just because you can go on rides, but because you get candy distributed at Not So Scary. You get to meet special characters you can't find any other time. There's special fireworks, meet and greets. Unbelievable amount of things to do, and if you are like me, you're going to want to go more than once during the year. That is how fantastic the parties are at the Magic Kingdom. Of course, they also have special merchandise, dining experiences, and photo pass opportunities that are exclusive for these events. Now, I have several videos on my channel all about the special parties, what to prioritize when you're there, where to stand for the fireworks, all those great things. You can find them on my channel, and a few of them right there at the I button. Next up, we've got those very special fireworks cruises that you can find at several locations all around Walt Disney World. So far, we've only had the opportunity to experience the Illuminations fireworks cruise before it went away forever, and let me tell you, it was magical beyond belief, and I am so looking forward to future fireworks cruises at Disney. If you're like me and love fireworks so much and are looking for another unique angle and a unique experience to see those fantastic fireworks, try the fireworks cruises. They're spectacular. They do have them at Epcot still and Happily Ever After. You can see them museum as well, right in front of the Contemporary. The boats take you out there. Super, super nice. One of the biggest advantages of the fireworks cruises is it takes you away from the crowds a little bit. At the end of the night, you know, there's that crunch right at the end as everyone is trying to leave the park after the fireworks are over. If you're on the cruise, you don't have to worry about that. It just takes you back nice and calmly. You do have to cut a few extra hours out of your day, but let me tell you, it's worth it. Next on my list are those very special themed dessert parties that you can find at just about every park at Disney. Whether it's happily ever after desserts or you're experiencing frozen desserts at Epcot, you are going to love them. The key here is to go with an appetite. For the dessert parties, you really do have to know yourself, because if you go in not being that hungry, you may feel like it's not worth it. Make sure you have a big appetite for desserts when you go. Whether it's happily ever after, frozen, or even the Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, you go, you experience those desserts, you get to enjoy, and then you have a primary spot to see the special fireworks or nighttime spectacular, whatever that dessert party is for. Something very interesting that we learned together not too long ago, if there is a lot of rain in the forecast, rain coming down during the dessert party, they'll move it to an indoor location, or they'll have umbrellas or something so you can still experience those desserts and not have to worry too much. They take the worry out of all of this. Super nice. The last one I want to mention today is the behind the scenes walking tour at the Land Pavilion in Epcot. There are so many tours we're going to experience together in the future, but so far this is my favorite. You get to go and walk in the greenhouse in Living with the Land. You walk around, the tour guide takes you all around, tells you what the different plants are, some fun facts all about it, and they have a special headphone that you put on so that you can hear them as they're walking around. A great way to experience the behind the seeds. Those are my favorites. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you agree with me that the special parties of the Magic Kingdom are the very best, or do you think an After Hours, Villains After Hours, is a new best? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me today. Until next time, have a magical day.